Welcome to the Mindful Zone. If you're here, it's likely because you want to explore how to sleep better, not just faster, but deeper and more restfully. And perhaps you've heard that wisdom from Buddhism, meditation and mindfulness can guide us toward peaceful nights and energized mornings. Sleep is one of the most essential pillars of our well-being, yet so many of us struggle with it. We toss and turn, our minds racing with thoughts about work, relationships, finances, or even what we'll eat for breakfast tomorrow. The irony is that while we're lying there exhausted, trying to force ourselves to sleep, we're actually moving further away from the very thing we desire: rest. But what if I told you there's another way? A gentler, kinder approach to sleep, one rooted in ancient wisdom yet perfectly suited for modern life. Today we'll dive into 10 Buddhist-inspired tips that can transform your relationship with sleep and ultimately your life. These practices are simple, accessible, and designed to help you cultivate calm, clarity, and connection, not just at night, but throughout your day. Whether you're new to these concepts or already familiar, I invite you to relax, breathe deeply, and let the words wash over you like a warm wave. Think of this as your personal sanctuary, a space where you can pause, reflect, and recharge. Before we begin, take a moment to settle in. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. Now imagine yourself waking up tomorrow morning feeling refreshed, clear-minded, and ready to embrace the day ahead. This is possible, and today we'll discover how. I want to acknowledge something important right now. Improving your sleep isn't just about hacking your routine or following a checklist. It's about creating a holistic shift in how you relate to yourself, your body, and your mind. Sleep isn't something external, it's an integral part of who you are. When you honor your need for rest, you're honoring your humanity. So, whether you're watching this video after a long day during a quiet moment of reflection, or even as you prepare for bed, know that you're exactly where you need to be. You're taking a step toward caring for yourself in a profound and meaningful way. Are you ready? Let's move forward together. Over the next 2 hours, we'll explore 10 transformative tips inspired by Buddhist teachings, meditation, and mindfulness. Each chapter will build upon the last, guiding you toward not only better sleep, but also greater peace and presence in your daily life. Let's begin by setting an intention together. Take another deep breath in and out. As we embark on this journey, remind yourself why you're here. Maybe it's to find relief from insomnia, reduce stress, or simply create a bedtime ritual that feels nourishing. Whatever your reason, hold it close. It's your anchor, your motivation, your reminder that change is possible. And remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to implement all 10 tips tonight, or ever. Start small, experiment, find what resonates with you, and trust that every little step counts. Now, without further ado, let's dive into our first chapter, Cultivating Gratitude Before Bed. Chapter 1, Cultivate Gratitude Before Bed. Let's begin with one of the simplest yet most transformative practices for improving sleep and overall well-being, cultivating gratitude before bed. In Buddhism, gratitude is more than just a fleeting feeling. It's a profound way of seeing the world. It's about shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, from scarcity to sufficiency. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on your ability to rest peacefully at night. Think about it. When you climb into bed, what's usually running through your mind? For many of us, it's a mix of worries, regrets, and anxieties, things that keep us awake long after the lights go out. We replay conversations we wish had gone differently, fret over unfinished tasks, or dwell on challenges we're facing. But what if, instead of letting these thoughts dominate your evening, you consciously redirected your attention to the positive aspects of your day? What if you ended your day with a sense of appreciation rather than frustration? Gratitude has the power to transform your mindset, especially at bedtime. When you intentionally reflect on the good things that happen during the day, no matter how small, You train your mind to notice the abundance around you, and when your mind is filled with positivity, it becomes much easier to drift off to sleep. Negative thoughts create tension and stress, while feelings of gratitude promote relaxation and calm. So, how do you incorporate gratitude into your bedtime routine? Start by finding a comfortable position, whether you're sitting up in bed, lying down, or journaling at your desk. Then, take a few moments to think about 3 things from your day that brought you joy, comfort, or peace. These don't need to be monumental events. In fact, some of the smallest moments often carry the most meaning. Did someone smile at you unexpectedly? Did you enjoy a delicious meal? Did you spend time outdoors, soaking in the beauty of nature? As you reflect on each moment, allow yourself to truly feel the warmth of appreciation. Don't rush through it. Linger in the details. Imagine savoring the experience again, letting its goodness fill you up. For example, let's say one of your gratitudes is enjoying a cup of tea before bed. Picture the steam rising from the mug, the aroma wafting toward you, the warmth spreading through your hands as you held it. Recall how it tasted, how it made you feel. Allow that memory to bring a smile to your face. The beauty of gratitude lies in its simplicity. There's no right or wrong way to practice it. It's about finding what feels authentic to you. Some people prefer to write their gratitudes in a journal, while others speak them aloud or silently repeat them in their minds. If writing feels too cumbersome, try saying them softly to yourself or simply thinking them as you lie in bed. The key is consistency. Commit to making gratitude a nightly habit, and over time, you'll notice a subtle but significant shift in your mindset. You'll find that your mind begins to naturally seek out the positive, even during challenging times. Instead of fixating on problems, you'll start noticing opportunities for growth and learning. Challenges won't disappear, but your perspective will change, allowing you to navigate them with greater resilience and grace. It's also worth noting that gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Life is messy, and there will always be struggles. But within those struggles, there's often hidden beauty, a lesson learned, a bond strengthened, a strength discovered. Gratitude invites us to see both sides of the coin, the light and the shadow. In the context of sleep, gratitude serves as a bridge between wakefulness and rest. It quiets the noise of the day, soothing your nervous system and preparing your mind for slumber. When you fall asleep with a heart full of thankfulness, you create a foundation of peace that supports healing and restoration. To deepen this practice, consider extending your gratitude beyond yourself. Reflect on the people in your life who contribute to your happiness and well-being. Perhaps a friend sent you a kind message, or a stranger held the door open for you. Acknowledge their presence and impact, silently thanking them in your heart. You might also expand your gratitude to include broader aspects of your existence. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the roof over your head. Even during difficult periods, there's always something to be grateful for, perhaps simply the fact that you're alive to experience another day. Finally, remember that gratitude is cumulative. The more you practice it, the stronger its effects become. Like watering a plant, each drop nurtures growth until eventually you find yourself surrounded by abundance. Over time, gratitude becomes less of an intentional practice and more of a natural state of being. You'll notice that you're quicker to appreciate the little things, slower to dwell on negativity, and more resilient in the face of adversity. This shift in perspective doesn't just benefit your sleep, it enhances every aspect of your life. When you wake up in the morning, you'll carry that sense of gratitude with you, setting a positive tone for the day ahead. You'll approach challenges with a clearer mind and a more open heart, knowing that even in the midst of difficulty, there's always something to be thankful for. Gratitude also fosters connection with yourself, with others, and with the world around you. By acknowledging the good in your life, you cultivate a deeper sense of belonging and purpose. You realize that you're part of something larger than yourself, whether it's your community, your family, or the natural world. This realization can be incredibly grounding, helping you feel more anchored and secure. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How might incorporating gratitude into your bedtime routine enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin this practice? Maybe it's jotting down 3 things you're grateful for in a notebook, whispering them to yourself as you drift off, or simply taking a mental inventory of the day's blessings. Whatever form it takes, trust that this simple act can have a profound impact. Chapter 2. Practice mindful breathing. Now that we've explored the transformative power of gratitude, let's turn our attention to another cornerstone of Buddhist practice, mindful breathing. Breath is life. It's the thread that connects us to the present moment and anchors us in our own experience. In Buddhism, mindful breathing is considered one of the most accessible and effective tools for calming the mind and preparing it for rest. When you think about it, your breath is always with you. It's constant, reliable, and free. Yet how often do we truly pay attention to it? Most of the time, our breathing happens automatically without conscious thought. But when you bring awareness to your breath, something remarkable happens. You create a bridge between your body and mind, grounding yourself in the here and now. At bedtime, mindful breathing can be especially powerful. If you've ever lain awake at night, your mind racing with thoughts about tomorrow or replaying events from earlier in the day, you know how difficult it can be to quiet your inner chatter. Mindful breathing offers a way to gently guide your attention away from those thoughts and back to the simplicity of the present moment. By focusing on your breath, you give your mind a task that's both soothing and neutral, helping it settle into a state of calm. So, how do you practice mindful breathing before bed? Start by finding a comfortable position, whether you're sitting up in bed, lying down, or even propped against pillows. Close your eyes if it feels natural, or simply soften your gaze. Then, bring your attention to your breath. Don't try to change it, just observe it. Feel the cool air entering your nostrils as you inhale, and the warm air leaving as you exhale. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, or the gentle expansion and contraction of your abdomen. If your mind starts to wander, and it almost certainly will, that's okay. This is completely normal. The key is not to judge yourself or get frustrated. Instead, gently acknowledge the thought, like a cloud passing through the sky, and then return your focus to your breath. Each time you bring your attention back, you're strengthening your ability to stay present. Over time, this practice builds resilience, helping you navigate stress and anxiety more effectively, not just at night, but throughout your day. One of the beautiful things about mindful breathing is its versatility. You can practice it for as little as 1 minute or as long as 30 minutes, depending on what feels right for you. For beginners, starting with 5 minutes is often a good idea. Set a timer if you'd like, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of time. As you become more comfortable with the practice, you may find yourself naturally extending the duration. To deepen the experience, you can pair your breathing with a simple visualization. For example, imagine each inhale filling your body with calm, healing energy, while each exhale releases tension and stress. Picture any worries or frustrations leaving your body with every breath out, dissolving into the air around you. This imagery can make the practice feel more tangible and engaging, especially if you're new to mindfulness. Another technique is to count your breaths. Inhale deeply, then exhale slowly while silently counting 1. Repeat this process until you reach 10, then start over again. Counting gives your mind something concrete to focus on, making it easier to stay present. If you lose count, which happens to everyone, simply begin again at 1. There's no need for perfection. The act of returning to the count is part of the practice itself. Mindful breathing isn't just a tool for falling asleep faster, it's a practice that enhances your overall well-being. When you breathe consciously, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the body's rest and digest functions. This counteracts the effects of stress and anxiety, promoting relaxation and reducing heart rate. Over time, regular mindful breathing can improve sleep quality, boost emotional regulation, and even enhance cognitive function. Beyond its physiological benefits, mindful breathing fosters a deeper connection to yourself. By tuning into your breath, you cultivate self-awareness, the ability to notice what's happening inside you without judgment. This awareness extends beyond bedtime, helping you recognize patterns of thought and behavior that may be holding you back. For instance, you might notice that certain triggers cause you to hold your breath or breathe shallowly, signaling underlying tension. Once you're aware of these patterns, you can work to address them, creating space for greater peace and clarity. In the context of sleep, mindful breathing also serves as a ritual, a signal to your body and mind that it's time to wind down. Just as brushing your teeth or reading a book might signal the end of the day, mindful breathing creates a transition from activity to rest. By incorporating it into your nightly routine, you establish a sense of predictability and safety, which are essential for high-quality sleep. It's important to emphasize that mindful breathing isn't about achieving some ideal state of relaxation. Some nights your mind may still feel restless despite your best efforts, and that's perfectly okay. The goal isn't to force yourself into a particular mood, but rather to meet yourself where you are with kindness and curiosity. Even if you don't fall asleep immediately, the practice itself is beneficial because it reduces stress and promotes a sense of calm. Over time, you'll likely notice subtle changes, not just in your sleep, but in how you approach challenges during the day. You may find that you're less reactive, more patient, and better equipped to handle stress. These shifts occur because mindful breathing rewires your brain, strengthening neural pathways associated with focus, emotional regulation, and resilience. Studies have shown that consistent mindfulness practices can increase gray matter density in areas of the brain related to learning, memory, and empathy, all of which contribute to improved mental health and well-being. If you're new to mindful breathing, it's helpful to experiment with different techniques to see what resonates most. For example, some people prefer diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing, which involves taking slow, deep breaths that fully engage the diaphragm. Others enjoy alternate nostril breathing, a yogic technique that balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain. There's no single right way to breathe mindfully. The key is finding an approach that feels nourishing and sustainable for you. As you continue exploring mindful breathing, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. Practicing for 2 minutes every night is far more impactful than doing it for 20 minutes once a week. Over time, this small daily commitment will yield profound results, helping you build a foundation of calm and presence that supports every aspect of your life. Finally, consider pairing mindful breathing with other bedtime rituals to amplify its effects. For instance, you might combine it with the gratitude practice we discussed in Chapter 1. After reflecting on 3 things you're grateful for, transition into mindful breathing to further relax your mind and body. Alternatively, you could incorporate soothing music, essential oils, or gentle stretches to create a multi-sensory experience that signals to your brain that it's time to rest. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How might incorporating mindful breathing into your bedtime routine enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin this practice? Perhaps it's setting aside 5 minutes to sit quietly and focus on your breath, or simply pausing to take 3 deep breaths before turning off the lights. Whatever form it takes, trust that this simple yet powerful practice can help you cultivate peace and presence, one breath at a time. Chapter 3. Create a peaceful sleep environment. Now that we've explored the transformative practices of gratitude and mindful breathing, let's turn our attention to another critical element of restful sleep, your environment. In Buddhism, there's a deep appreciation for simplicity and harmony, which extends to how we design the spaces we inhabit. Your bedroom is more than just a place to sleep. It's a sanctuary where you can retreat from the chaos of daily life and reconnect with yourself. Creating a peaceful sleep environment isn't about following rigid rules or spending money on expensive decor. It's about cultivating a space that feels nurturing, calming, and conducive to rest. Think about it. When your surroundings are cluttered, chaotic, or overly stimulating, they reflect the state of your mind. If your bedroom is filled with piles of laundry, stacks of papers, or electronic devices blinking and buzzing, it sends a signal to your brain that this is a space for activity, not relaxation. On the other hand, when your environment is clean, organized, and intentionally designed for rest, it creates a sense of safety and ease that naturally supports better sleep. So how do you go about creating a peaceful sleep environment? Let's start with the basics: tidying up. Even small changes can make a big difference. Begin by removing anything unnecessary from your bedroom. This might include work-related items like laptops or notebooks, exercise equipment, or clutter that has accumulated over time. Ask yourself, does this item contribute to a sense of calm and restfulness? If the answer is no, consider finding it a new home elsewhere in your house or letting it go entirely. Minimalism plays a key role here. While you don't need to adopt an austere aesthetic, simplifying your space allows your mind to settle. A clutter-free room reduces visual distractions and creates a sense of spaciousness, making it easier to relax. Think about how you feel walking into a clean, well-organized room versus one that's messy and chaotic. The former invites you to unwind, while the latter leaves you feeling agitated and overwhelmed. Next, pay attention to lighting. Light has a profound impact on your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep and wakefulness. Exposure to bright, artificial light before bed can suppress melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. To counteract this, dim the lights an hour before bedtime. Use lamps with warm, soft bulbs instead of harsh overhead lighting. If possible, incorporate candles or Himalayan salt lamps which emit a gentle glow that's both soothing and grounding. For those who live in urban areas or have trouble blocking out external light, blackout curtains can be a game changer. They not only darken the room but also help muffle noise, creating a cocoon-like atmosphere that promotes deep sleep. Eye masks are another great option if you're unable to control the lighting in your space. Pair these with earplugs if necessary to further reduce disturbances. Sound is another important factor to consider. Noise pollution from traffic, neighbors, or even household appliances can disrupt your ability to fall and stay asleep. White noise machines, fans, or apps that play nature sounds like rain or ocean waves can mask unwanted noise and create a consistent auditory backdrop for rest. Alternatively, you might explore binaural beats or guided meditations specifically designed for sleep. These tools can help lull your mind into a state of relaxation, making it easier to drift off. Temperature also plays a crucial role in sleep quality. Research shows that cooler environments are ideal for rest, as they mimic the natural drop in body temperature that occurs during sleep. Aim to keep your bedroom between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. If adjusting the thermostat isn't an option, consider using breathable bedding made from materials like cotton or linen, which help regulate body heat. Weighted blankets are another popular choice for promoting a sense of security and comfort. Scent can further enhance your sleep environment. Essential oils like lavender, chamomile, and sandalwood are known for their calming properties and can be diffused in your bedroom or applied to your pillow. You might also try incorporating fresh flowers or plants, which not only add beauty, but also improve air quality. However, avoid strong or synthetic fragrances as they can irritate your respiratory system and interfere with sleep. Furniture placement is another aspect worth considering. Ensure your bed is positioned in a way that feels stable and supportive. In Feng Shui, an ancient Chinese practice focused on harmonizing energy flow, the ideal location for a bed is against a solid wall. with a clear view of the door but not directly in line with it. While you don't need to adhere strictly to these principles, arranging your furniture thoughtfully can create a sense of balance and order. Color psychology also comes into play when designing a peaceful sleep environment. Soft, neutral tones like beige, grey, or pastel shades tend to evoke feelings of calm and serenity. Avoid overly bright or bold colors, which can be energizing but may also stimulate your mind rather than relax it. If repainting your walls isn't feasible, introduce these hues through bedding, rugs, or artwork. Beyond physical elements, consider the emotional energy of your bedroom. Is it a space where you feel safe and nurtured? Or does it carry residual stress from arguments or unfinished tasks? Take time to clear any lingering negativity by performing a simple cleansing ritual. This could involve smudging with sage, burning incense, or simply opening windows to let fresh air circulate. Visualize stagnant energy leaving the room and imagine inviting in peace, love, and tranquility. Another powerful way to elevate your sleep environment is by incorporating personal touches that bring you joy. For example, display photos of loved ones, artwork that inspires you, or objects that hold special meaning. These items serve as reminders of connection and positivity, reinforcing a sense of belonging and contentment. Just be mindful not to overcrowd your space. Select a few meaningful pieces rather than overwhelming the room with decorations. Technology deserves special mention because it's often one of the biggest culprits of sleep disruption. Blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and computers interferes with melatonin production, tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. To protect your sleep, establish a digital curfew at least an hour before bed. Charge your devices outside the bedroom if possible, or use blue light blocking glasses if you must use screens late at night. Instead of scrolling social media or watching TV, opt for activities that promote relaxation, such as reading a physical book, journaling, or practicing gentle stretches. Finally, remember that your sleep environment is a reflection of your inner world. When you take the time to care for your space, you're sending a message to yourself that you matter, that your rest and well-being are priorities. This act of self-love ripples outward, influencing how you show up in other areas of your life. By creating a bedroom that feels like a sanctuary, you're investing in your health, happiness, and overall quality of life. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. What small changes can you make tonight to enhance your sleep environment? Perhaps it's decluttering your nightstand, dimming the lights earlier, or adding a scented candle to your bedside table. Whatever steps you choose, trust that each one brings you closer to a deeper, more restorative sleep. Chapter 4. Release attachments to tomorrow. As we continue our journey toward better sleep and greater peace, let's explore one of Buddhism's most profound teachings, non-attachment. At its core, non-attachment is about letting go, not in a passive or indifferent way, but with clarity, intention, and compassion. It's the understanding that clinging to outcomes, worries, or expectations creates suffering, while releasing them opens the door to freedom and ease. This principle is especially relevant when it comes to preparing for sleep, as many of us struggle to quiet our minds because we're holding on to thoughts about tomorrow. Picture this. You've had a long day and you're finally ready to rest. But instead of feeling calm, your mind races with thoughts about what needs to get done tomorrow. You worry about unfinished tasks, upcoming deadlines, or conversations you need to have. These thoughts swirl around endlessly, keeping you awake and creating a sense of unease. Sound familiar? The truth is, we can't control everything that lies ahead, but we can choose how we relate to those uncertainties. And learning to release attachments to tomorrow is one of the most powerful ways to do just that. At first glance, the idea of letting go might seem counterintuitive. After all, planning and preparation are essential parts of life. We live in a world that values productivity, efficiency, and forward thinking, and rightly so. However, there's a fine line between being proactive and becoming consumed by future-oriented thinking. When we fixate on tomorrow at the expense of the present moment, we lose sight of what truly matters, the here and now. Sleep in particular requires us to surrender, to trust that whatever needs to happen will unfold naturally and that right now our priority is rest. So how do you practice releasing attachments to tomorrow before bed? Start by acknowledging that it's okay to feel concerned about the future. Anxiety and stress are natural responses to uncertainty, and they don't mean you're doing something wrong. Instead of resisting these feelings, bring awareness to them without judgment. Simply notice their presence, like clouds passing through the sky, and remind yourself that they don't define you. Once you've acknowledged your thoughts, the next step is to externalize them. Before bed, take a few moments to write down any lingering tasks or concerns for tomorrow. Use a notebook or journal, something separate from your phone or computer, to jot down anything that's weighing on your mind. This act of writing serves two purposes. First, it helps you process your thoughts and organize them in a tangible way. Second, it gives your brain permission to let go, knowing that nothing important will slip through the cracks. After writing down your thoughts, consciously release them. Tell yourself, I will handle this when the time comes. Trust that your future self is capable of addressing these issues and that worrying about them tonight won't make them any easier to solve. Imagine placing each thought into an imaginary box and setting it aside, knowing you can return to it tomorrow if needed. This visualization reinforces the idea that you're choosing to prioritize rest over rumination. Another helpful technique is to practice reframing your relationship with uncertainty. In Buddhism, impermanence is seen as a fundamental truth of existence. Everything changes, including challenges and difficulties. Remind yourself that whatever feels overwhelming today may look entirely different tomorrow. By embracing this perspective, you cultivate resilience and flexibility, allowing you to face the unknown with greater equanimity. Meditation can also support the practice of releasing attachments. Try incorporating a short meditation focused on surrender and trust. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. As you exhale, visualize releasing any tension or anxiety about the future. Picture it dissolving into the air, leaving behind a sense of lightness and calm. You might repeat a simple mantra such as, I release what I cannot control, or I trust in the flow of life. These words serve as anchors, helping you stay grounded in the present moment. It's worth noting that releasing attachments doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities or abandoning goals. On the contrary, it allows you to approach them with greater clarity and focus. When your mind isn't bogged down by worries about tomorrow, you're free to engage fully with today, including taking practical steps to prepare for the future. For example, if you know you have an early meeting tomorrow, set your alarm and lay out your clothes beforehand. Taking care of logistics reduces mental clutter and makes it easier to relax. Releasing attachments also involves recognizing the limits of your control. Life is unpredictable and no amount of planning can guarantee specific outcomes. While this realization might initially feel unsettling, it's ultimately liberating. When you stop trying to micromanage every detail, you create space for spontaneity, creativity, and joy. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth and learning. In the context of sleep, releasing attachments to tomorrow has a profound impact. It quiets the mental chatter that keeps you awake, allowing your body and mind to transition into a state of rest. Instead of carrying the weight of the future into bed with you, you arrive empty-handed, ready to embrace the healing power of sleep. Over time, this practice fosters a deeper sense of trust, not only in yourself, but in the unfolding of life itself. Beyond improving sleep, releasing attachments enhances your overall well-being. Stress, anxiety, and burnout often stem from trying to control things beyond our reach. By letting go, you reclaim your energy and direct it toward what truly matters: meaningful connections, personal growth, and moments of joy. You become more adaptable, more compassionate, and more present, not just for others, but for yourself. To deepen this practice, consider exploring mindfulness techniques that emphasize acceptance and surrender. For instance, you might try a body scan meditation to release physical tension, pairing it with affirmations like, "I am safe," or "I am enough." Or you could experiment with loving kindness meditation, extending compassion to yourself and others as a way of softening rigid expectations. Each of these practices reinforces the idea that letting go is an act of kindness, a gift you give to yourself and the world around you. Finally, remember that releasing attachment is a skill, not a destination. Like gratitude or mindful breathing, it takes time and patience to develop. Some nights you'll find it easier than others to let go of thoughts about tomorrow, and that's perfectly okay. What matters most is showing up consistently, even if progress feels slow. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts, less resistance, more ease, and a growing sense of peace. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How might practicing non-attachment to tomorrow enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin releasing the grip of future-oriented thinking? Perhaps it's writing down 3 things you're worried about and consciously setting them aside, or repeating a mantra that reminds you to trust in the flow of life. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a lighter, freer, and more peaceful state of being. Chapter 5. Meditate on loving kindness, metta. Now that we've explored the power of releasing attachments to tomorrow, let's turn our attention to a practice that embodies compassion, connection, and unconditional love, loving kindness meditation, or metta rooted in Buddhist teachings. This ancient practice is designed to cultivate warmth and goodwill, not just toward others, but also toward ourselves. When practiced before bed, loving kindness meditation can transform your emotional landscape, filling your heart with peace and positivity as you drift off to sleep. At its essence, loving kindness meditation is about extending kindness and care to all beings, including those who may challenge us, frustrate us, or hurt us. It invites us to soften the edges of judgment and resentment, replacing them with empathy and understanding. This shift in perspective not only enhances our relationships, but also fosters a deep sense of inner harmony. And when it comes to sleep, a heart full of loving kindness creates an emotional environment ripe for restful slumber. So why does loving kindness matter so much? Think about how often we carry unresolved emotions into bed: resentment towards someone who wronged us, frustration over a disagreement, or even self-criticism for mistakes we made during the day. These feelings weigh heavily on our minds, creating tension and preventing us from fully relaxing. Loving kindness meditation offers a way to release these burdens by redirecting our focus toward compassion and connection. Instead of dwelling on negativity, we fill our hearts with thoughts of goodwill, which naturally calms the nervous system and promotes relaxation. To begin practicing loving kindness meditation, find a comfortable position in your bed or wherever you feel most at ease. Close your eyes if it feels natural, or simply soften your gaze. Take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to settle into the present moment. Then silently repeat phrases of loving kindness, starting with yourself. Why start with yourself? Because true compassion begins within. If we cannot extend kindness to ourselves, it becomes difficult to offer it authentically to others. The traditional phrases used in loving kindness meditation are simple yet profound. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease. Repeat these words slowly and deliberately, allowing their meaning to sink in. Feel the warmth of these wishes spreading through your body like sunlight, melting away any lingering tension or doubt. If other phrases resonate more deeply with you, feel free to adapt them. For example, you might say, "May I feel loved," or "May I experience peace." The key is to choose words that evoke genuine feelings of care and tenderness. Once you've spent a few moments directing loving kindness toward yourself, expand the circle of compassion outward. Begin with someone you love unconditionally, a close friend, family member, or partner. Picture their face in your mind's eye and silently repeat the same phrases, replacing I with you. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you live with ease. As you do this, imagine sending waves of love and support directly to them. Visualize their joy and well-being, knowing that your intentions contribute to their happiness, even if only in a subtle, energetic way. Next, extend your loving kindness to someone neutral, a person you encounter regularly but don't have strong feelings about, such as a neighbor, co-worker, or cashier. Though they may not occupy much space in your thoughts, offering them kindness helps break down barriers of indifference and fosters a sense of interconnectedness. Silently send them the same wishes. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you live with ease. Notice how this act softens your heart, reminding you that everyone shares the same basic desire for happiness and freedom from suffering. Afterward, take a courageous step. Direct loving kindness towards someone who challenges you, someone you may feel anger, frustration, or resentment toward. This could be a difficult colleague, a distant relative, or even someone who has hurt you deeply. While it's natural to resist this part of the practice, remember that loving kindness isn't about condoning harmful behavior or excusing wrongdoing. It's about recognizing our shared humanity and choosing to respond with compassion rather than hostility. Silently wish them happiness, health, safety, and ease, knowing that doing so benefits not only them but also you. By letting go of animosity, you free yourself from the weight of bitterness and open your heart to greater peace. Finally, broaden your focus to include all beings everywhere. Imagine sending waves of loving kindness outward in every direction, to people near and far, known and unknown, human and non-human alike. Repeat the phrases one last time. May all beings be happy, may all beings be healthy, may all beings be safe, may all beings live with ease. This expansive gesture reminds us that we're part of something larger than ourselves, connected to a vast web of life that transcends individual boundaries. It cultivates humility, gratitude, and a profound sense of belonging. Throughout the practice, it's important to approach loving-kindness meditation with patience and gentleness. Some days you may feel resistance or skepticism, and that's okay. Compassion is a muscle that grows stronger with use, and each repetition brings you closer to its transformative power. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts, a lighter heart, a kinder outlook, and a deeper capacity for forgiveness, not just toward others, but also toward yourself. In the context of sleep, loving-kindness meditation serves as a powerful antidote to stress and anxiety. By focusing on positive emotions like love, care, and goodwill, you counteract the effects of negative thinking, which often keeps us awake at night. A heart filled with warmth and connection is less likely to dwell on worries or regrets, making it easier to relax and drift off to sleep. Moreover, the practice leaves a lasting imprint on your subconscious, influencing your dreams and setting a tone of peace for the following day. Beyond improving sleep, loving-kindness meditation enhances your overall well-being. Studies have shown that regular practice increases feelings of social connection, reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, and boosts resilience in the face of adversity. It rewires the brain, strengthening neural pathways associated with empathy, altruism, and emotional regulation. In short, cultivating loving kindness doesn't just benefit you, it ripples outward, touching everyone you interact with. To deepen your practice, consider incorporating visualization techniques. For example, as you repeat the phrases, imagine golden light emanating from your heart center flowing outward to envelop those you're sending kindness to. Picture this light as warm, radiant, and healing, dissolving any barriers between you and them. You might also experiment with guided recordings or apps specifically designed for loving-kindness meditation, especially if you're new to the practice. These tools provide structure and support, helping you stay focused and engaged. Another way to amplify the effects of loving-kindness meditation is to pair it with gratitude. After completing the practice, take a few moments to reflect on the goodness in your life, the people who support you, the experiences that bring you joy, and the simple pleasures you often overlook. Gratitude amplifies the positive emotions generated by loving kindness, creating a feedback loop of warmth and contentment. Together, these practices form a powerful foundation for emotional well-being. It's worth noting that loving kindness meditation isn't limited to bedtime. You can practice it anytime, anywhere, during your morning routine, while commuting, or even in moments of conflict. The more consistently you engage with it, the more integrated it becomes into your daily life. Over time, you'll find that acts of kindness flow naturally from you, both inwardly and outwardly, enriching your relationships and deepening your sense of purpose. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. How might incorporating loving kindness meditation into your bedtime routine enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin this practice? Perhaps it's dedicating 5 minutes to silently repeating phrases of compassion or visualizing waves of love radiating outward from your heart. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a warmer, kinder, and more peaceful state of being. Chapter 6. Embrace Impermanence. As we continue our exploration of Buddhist-inspired practices for better sleep and waking up refreshed, let's delve into one of the most profound teachings of Buddhism: impermanence. At its core, impermanence is the understanding that everything changes. Moments, emotions, circumstances, relationships, all are transient and fleeting. While this concept might initially seem unsettling, it holds within it a deep well of wisdom and liberation. When embraced fully, impermanence can transform how you approach sleep, stress, and life itself. Think about it. So much of our suffering stems from resisting change or clinging to what we cannot control. We worry about things that haven't happened yet, ruminate on past events we can't alter, or become attached to outcomes that may never come to pass. This resistance creates tension in both mind and body, making it difficult to relax and rest. By embracing impermanence, however, we learn to let go of these attachments, not with resignation but with clarity and grace. At bedtime, this teaching becomes especially relevant. Many of us lie awake at night replaying stressful scenarios or fixating on problems that feel insurmountable. But when viewed through the lens of impermanence, even the most overwhelming challenges lose some of their weight. Remind yourself that whatever feels unbearable now will eventually shift. It always does. Just as storms give way to clear skies, difficult emotions and situations will also pass. This perspective allows you to release the grip of worry and surrender to the present moment, creating space for restful sleep. To begin practicing the art of embracing impermanence, start by reflecting on your day. Before bed, take a few moments to sit quietly and observe the ebb and flow of your experiences. What moments brought you joy? What moments caused discomfort? Notice how each feeling arose, lingered for a time, and then faded away. Even the strongest emotions, anger, sadness, excitement, are temporary. They don't define you, they simply visit and then move on. This awareness helps you cultivate detachment, not in a cold or indifferent way, but with gentleness and acceptance. You begin to see that nothing lasts forever, including the thoughts keeping you awake at night. Anxiety about tomorrow's meeting? It will dissolve once the moment arrives. Regret over something you said earlier today? It too will soften with time. By reminding yourself of impermanence, you create distance between yourself and your thoughts, allowing them to drift away like clouds across the sky. Visualization can be a powerful tool for reinforcing this practice. As you lie in bed, picture any tension, anxiety, or negative emotions melting away, just as snow melts under the warmth of the sun. Imagine them dissolving into the air, leaving behind a sense of lightness and ease. You might also visualize impermanence in nature, a river flowing steadily, leaves falling gently from trees, or waves crashing onto the shore only to retreat again. These images serve as reminders that change is constant and inevitable, offering comfort rather than fear. Another way to embrace impermanence is through mindfulness of the breath. Each inhale and exhale represents a microcosm of impermanence. Air enters your body, sustains you briefly, and then leaves. Similarly, every thought, sensation, and emotion arises, exists momentarily, and then dissipates. By focusing on your breath, you anchor yourself in the ever-changing flow of life, cultivating a sense of presence and peace. Impermanence also invites us to savor the beauty of the present moment. Because everything is fleeting, each experience takes on a special significance. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter, the taste of your favorite meal, all are precious precisely because they won't last forever. By tuning into these small joys before bed, you fill your heart with gratitude and contentment, making it easier to fall asleep with a peaceful mind. In addition to easing bedtime worries, embracing impermanence fosters resilience in daily life. Life is unpredictable, and no amount of planning can shield us from uncertainty. When we accept this truth, we stop fighting against the tide and instead learn to navigate its currents with greater flexibility and courage. Challenges still arise, but they no longer feel catastrophic. They're simply part of the unfolding journey. This mindset reduces stress and enhances emotional well-being, creating a foundation for healthier sleep patterns. It's important to note that embracing impermanence doesn't mean dismissing pain or pretending difficulties don't exist. On the contrary, it means acknowledging them fully while recognizing their transient nature. Pain, too, is impermanent. It may linger longer than we'd like, but it will eventually soften and fade. This understanding provides solace during tough times, helping us endure without becoming overwhelmed. Loving-kindness meditation, which we explored in the previous chapter, pairs beautifully with the practice of impermanence. As you extend compassion to yourself and others, remind yourself that all beings are navigating the same cycle of change and uncertainty. Everyone you encounter is dealing with their own struggles, joys, and losses. This shared experience fosters empathy and connection, further quieting the mind and opening the heart. Beyond personal benefits, embracing impermanence has a ripple effect on how we relate to the world around us. It encourages us to live more intentionally, cherishing relationships, pursuing meaningful goals, and caring for the planet we inhabit. Knowing that our time here is limited inspires us to make the most of each moment, infusing our days with purpose and gratitude. To deepen your practice, consider journaling about impermanence. Write down examples from your own life where you've witnessed change, both positive and challenging. Reflect on how these transitions shaped you and what lessons they offered. You might also explore poetry or literature that celebrates the transient nature of existence. Works by authors like Mary Oliver Rumi or Thich Nhat Hanh often capture the essence of impermanence in ways that resonate deeply. Finally, remember that embracing impermanence is a lifelong journey. Some nights you'll find it easier than others to let go of worries or fears, and that's perfectly okay. Progress isn't linear, and there's no finish line to reach. What matters most is showing up consistently, trusting that each step brings you closer to greater peace and freedom. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts, less resistance, more ease, and a growing appreciation for the beauty of the present moment. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How might embracing impermanence enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to integrate this teaching into your bedtime routine? Perhaps it's visualizing your worries dissolving like mist, repeating a mantra like "everything changes," or simply observing the rise and fall of your breath. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a lighter, freer, and more peaceful state of being. Chapter 7. Practice Body Scan Relaxation. Now that we've explored the profound teachings of impermanence, let's turn our attention to a practice that brings us deeply into the present moment: body scan relaxation. This technique is a cornerstone of mindfulness and meditation, offering a powerful way to release physical tension, quiet the mind, and prepare your body for restful sleep. Rooted in Buddhist traditions, the body scan invites you to tune into your physical sensations, with curiosity and compassion, creating a bridge between your inner world and the external environment. At its heart, the body scan is about reconnecting with your body, a process that many of us neglect in our fast-paced, hyper-connected lives. How often do you go through an entire day without truly noticing how your body feels? We sit at desks, scroll through phones, and rush from one task to the next, rarely pausing to check in with ourselves. Over time, this disconnection can lead to chronic tension, discomfort, and even insomnia. By practicing a body scan before bed, you give yourself permission to slow down, listen, and care for your body in a meaningful way. The beauty of the body scan lies in its simplicity. It requires no special equipment, no prior experience, and no particular skill, just a willingness to pay attention. To begin, find a comfortable position in your bed or wherever you feel most at ease. Lie flat on your back with your arms resting gently by your sides, palms facing up, or curl into a cozy fetal position if that feels better. Close your eyes if it helps you focus, or keep them softly open, gazing downward. Take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to settle into the surface beneath you. Feel the weight of your body being supported, grounding you in the present moment. Once you're settled, bring your awareness to the top of your head. Notice any sensations you might be feeling: tingling, warmth, pressure, or perhaps nothing at all. There's no right or wrong. Simply observe what's there without judgment. Slowly move your attention downward, scanning each part of your body in sequence. You might start with your forehead, then your eyes, cheeks, jaw, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, chest, abdomen, hips, legs, and finally your feet. As you mentally visit each area, take note of any tightness, heaviness, or discomfort. If you notice tension, imagine breathing into that spot, inviting it to soften and relax. This systematic approach ensures that no part of your body is overlooked. Often we carry stress in specific areas, the shoulders, lower back or jaw for example, without even realizing it. The body scan shines light on these hidden pockets of tension, giving you the opportunity to address them directly. Over time, you'll develop a heightened awareness of your physical state, making it easier to identify and release tension throughout the day, not just at night. One of the key benefits of the body scan is its ability to anchor your mind in the present moment. When you focus intently on physical sensations, there's little room left for worries about tomorrow or regrets about yesterday. Your attention becomes fully absorbed in the task at hand, creating a sense of calm and clarity. For those who struggle with racing thoughts at bedtime, the body scan acts as a gentle guide, steering your mind away from mental chatter and toward the soothing rhythms of your breath and body. To deepen the practice, consider pairing the body scan with visualization techniques. As you breathe into areas of tension, imagine warm golden light flowing into those spots, dissolving any tightness or discomfort. Picture the light spreading throughout your body, filling you with a sense of ease and relaxation. Alternatively, you might visualize waves of calm washing over you, starting at the crown of your head and moving steadily downward until they reach your toes. These images enhance the sensory experience, making it easier to fully immerse yourself in the practice. Another variation is to incorporate affirmations or phrases of kindness as you scan your body. For example, as you focus on your shoulders, you might silently say, "I release any tension here, I am safe and supported." Or, as you move to your heart center, you could repeat, "I honor my body and all it does for me." These words reinforce self-compassion and gratitude, further enhancing the emotional benefits of the practice. The body scan is not only a tool for preparing for sleep, but also a gateway to greater self-awareness and healing. Many people report feeling more connected to their bodies after consistent practice, noting improvements in posture, flexibility, and overall well-being. Others describe a heightened ability to recognize early signs of stress or fatigue, enabling them to take proactive steps to care for themselves. In this way, the body scan becomes more than just a bedtime ritual. It's a lifelong practice of self-discovery and nurturing. For those dealing with chronic pain or illness, the body scan can be particularly transformative. Rather than resisting or fighting against discomfort, the practice encourages you to meet it with curiosity and acceptance. By observing pain without judgment, you may find that its intensity lessens or shifts, offering moments of relief and insight. While the body scan isn't a substitute for medical treatment, it can complement other therapies by fostering a more compassionate relationship with your body. It's worth noting that the body scan doesn't always produce immediate results, and that's perfectly okay. Some nights, you may drift off to sleep midway through the practice, while other times, your mind may remain active despite your best efforts. Trust that the act of showing up for yourself is inherently beneficial, regardless of the outcome. Each session plants seeds of relaxation and presence that will continue to grow over time. To make the body scan more accessible, consider using guided recordings or apps designed specifically for relaxation. These tools provide structure and support, helping you stay focused and engaged. They're especially useful for beginners who may feel unsure about where to start or how to pace themselves. Over time, however, you'll likely find that you can guide yourself through the practice with ease, customizing it to suit your unique needs and preferences. Beyond improving sleep, the body scan enhances your overall quality of life. By cultivating a deeper connection to your body, you become more attuned to its signals: hunger, thirst, fatigue, joy, all of which contribute to healthier decision-making and greater vitality. You also develop a stronger sense of embodiment, meaning you feel more grounded and present in your daily interactions. This embodied awareness fosters authenticity, creativity, and resilience, empowering you to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. How might incorporating a body scan into your bedtime routine enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin this practice? Perhaps it's dedicating 10 minutes to systematically scanning your body, imagining waves of relaxation washing over you, or pairing the exercise with affirmations of kindness. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a calmer, more centered state of being. Chapter 8. Avoid stimulating activities before bed. As we continue our journey toward better sleep and waking up refreshed, let's explore one of the most practical, yet often overlooked aspects of creating a restful bedtime routine, avoiding stimulating activities before bed. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it's all too easy to fall into habits that keep us wired long after we've climbed into bed. But by making mindful choices about how we spend our evenings, we can create an environment that supports relaxation, calm, and deep, restorative sleep. Think about your typical pre-bed routine for a moment. Do you scroll through social media, watch action-packed TV shows, or respond to work emails right up until you turn off the lights? If so, you're not alone. Many of us engage in activities that stimulate our minds and bodies without realizing how much they interfere with our ability to wind down. These habits may seem harmless or even relaxing, but they actually send signals to your brain that make it harder to transition into sleep mode. The first culprit is blue light exposure. Blue light emitted by smartphones, tablets, computers, and even some energy-efficient light bulbs disrupts the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep-wake cycles. When you expose yourself to blue light in the hours leading up to bedtime, you essentially trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. This delays the onset of sleepiness, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing the quality of your rest. Even if you manage to drift off, the effects of blue light can linger, leaving you feeling groggy and unrested the next morning. To minimize blue light exposure, establish a digital curfew at least an hour before bed. This means turning off screens, or at the very least, dimming their brightness and enabling night mode settings to reduce the impact on your circadian rhythm. If you absolutely must use your devices, consider investing in blue light blocking glasses, which filter out harmful wavelengths and help protect your eyes and sleep cycle. Alternatively, try swapping screen time for more soothing activities like reading a physical book, journaling, or practicing gentle stretches. These alternatives not only avoid overstimulation, but also signal to your brain that it's time to relax. Speaking of stimulation, let's talk about the content you consume before bed. Action movies, suspenseful novels, or intense video games are designed to captivate your attention and elevate your adrenaline levels, exactly the opposite of what you need when preparing for sleep. Similarly, engaging in emotionally charged conversations or catching up on stressful news headlines can leave your mind racing long after you've settled into bed. Instead, choose calming, low-stakes activities that promote relaxation. For example, listen to soft instrumental music, practice mindfulness exercises, or sip a cup of caffeine-free herbal tea. These activities help lower your heart rate and quiet your nervous system, setting the stage for peaceful slumber. Physical activity is another factor to consider. While regular exercise is essential for overall health and well-being, vigorous workouts close to bedtime can raise your body temperature and increase cortisol levels, both of which interfere with sleep. If possible, aim to finish any high-intensity exercise at least 3 hours before bed to allow your body enough time to cool down and recover. That said, gentle movement practices like yoga, tai chi, or stretching can be incredibly beneficial in the evening. They release physical tension, improve circulation, and encourage mindfulness, helping you transition smoothly from wakefulness to rest. Another common pitfall is consuming stimulants late in the day. Caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol may provide temporary boosts or relaxation, but their effects on sleep are far from positive. Caffeine has a half-life of several hours, meaning it takes a significant amount of time for your body to metabolize and eliminate it. Consuming coffee, tea, soda, or chocolate in the afternoon or evening can leave residual traces in your system, delaying sleep onset and fragmenting your rest. Nicotine, though less commonly associated with sleep disruption, acts as a stimulant that increases alertness and makes it harder to wind down. And while alcohol might initially make you feel drowsy, it disrupts REM sleep, the stage of sleep critical for memory consolidation and emotional regulation, leaving you feeling less rested overall. To optimize your sleep, limit your intake of these substances and opt for hydrating beverages like water or herbal infusions instead. Beyond external stimuli, internal factors like mental chatter and unfinished tasks can also prevent you from fully relaxing. If you find yourself lying awake because your mind is racing with thoughts about tomorrow's to-do list, take a few minutes earlier in the evening to organize your priorities. Write down anything that's weighing on your mind, then consciously set it aside, trusting that you'll address it when the time comes. This simple act of externalizing your worries helps clear mental clutter, allowing you to arrive at bedtime with a lighter, calmer state of mind. Creating a buffer zone between activity and rest is key to avoiding stimulating behaviors. Dedicate the last hour or two of your day to winding down rituals that nurture your body and soul. Dim the lights, diffuse calming essential oils like lavender or chamomile, and play soft ambient sounds to create a serene atmosphere. Engage in activities that bring you joy and comfort, whether it's sketching, knitting, or simply sitting quietly with a warm drink. The goal is to cultivate a sense of ease and presence, signaling to your brain and body that it's time to let go of the day's demands and embrace rest. It's also helpful to reflect on your relationship with technology and how it influences your evenings. How often do you reach for your phone out of habit rather than necessity? Social media, email notifications, and endless scrolling can quickly escalate into overstimulation, pulling your attention away from the present moment and into a whirlwind of comparison, distraction, and stress. Consider implementing boundaries around your tech use, such as designating specific times to check messages or placing your devices in another room before bed. Not only does this reduce temptation, but it also fosters a deeper connection to yourself and your immediate surroundings. Finally, remember that avoiding stimulating activities isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. By choosing to unplug, unwind, and focus on nurturing practices, you're investing in your long-term health and happiness. Over time, these small changes add up, creating a ripple effect that enhances not just your sleep, but every aspect of your life. You'll wake up feeling more refreshed, focused, and energized, ready to tackle the day ahead with clarity and purpose. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. How might adjusting your evening habits enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin cultivating a calmer, more intentional bedtime routine? Perhaps it's setting a digital curfew, swapping stimulating content for something more relaxing, or dedicating 10 minutes to gentle stretching. Whatever form it takes, trust that these choices will pave the way for deeper, more restorative sleep. Chapter 9. Set an intention for restorative sleep. As we near the end of our exploration into Buddhist-inspired practices for better sleep, let's delve into a powerful yet often overlooked ritual: setting an intention for restorative sleep. This practice is rooted in the principle of mindfulness, the idea that where attention goes, energy flows. By consciously directing your thoughts and energy before bed, you create a mental blueprint for the kind of rest you want to experience. Setting an intention isn't just about wishing for something, it's about aligning your mind, body, and spirit with the outcomes you desire, cultivating a sense of purpose and clarity as you drift off to sleep. Think about it. When you climb into bed at night, what's usually running through your mind? For many of us, it's a mix of worries, regrets, or even indifference, thoughts that don't necessarily support relaxation or rest. Without a clear focus, your subconscious may default to processing unresolved issues or replaying stressful scenarios, keeping you awake or diminishing the quality of your sleep. But when you set a positive, intentional focus, you give your mind a task that fosters calm and healing. You shift from passively hoping for good sleep to actively inviting it into your life. Setting an intention for sleep is not about forcing yourself into a specific state. It's about planting seeds of positivity and trust. It's a gentle reminder to your subconscious that this time is sacred, meant for restoration and renewal. Whether you're seeking deeper rest, vivid dreams, or simply a sense of peace, articulating your intention helps clarify your goals and reinforces your commitment to self-care. So, how do you go about setting an intention for restorative sleep? Start by finding a quiet moment before bed, a time when distractions are minimal and you can fully tune into yourself. Sit comfortably on your bed or lie down, close your eyes if it feels natural, and take a few deep breaths. Allow your body to settle into the surface beneath you, feeling the weight of your limbs being supported. As you exhale, imagine releasing any tension or resistance, creating space for your intention to take root. Next, reflect on what kind of sleep you'd like to have. Do you need rest that leaves you feeling energized and focused? Are you looking for emotional healing or clarity? Perhaps you simply want to wake up refreshed and ready to embrace the day ahead. Whatever your desire, frame it in positive, present tense language, as if it's already happening. For example, instead of saying, "I hope I sleep well tonight," try, "Tonight I will rest deeply and wake up refreshed." Or, "My body and mind are healing and rejuvenating as I sleep." These affirmations carry a sense of certainty and possibility, reinforcing the belief that what you seek is within reach. To deepen the impact of your intention, pair it with visualization. As you repeat your affirmation, imagine yourself waking up tomorrow morning feeling exactly how you'd like to feel. Picture yourself stretching, taking a deep breath, and stepping into the day with ease and confidence. Visualize the details, how your body feels light and rested, how your mind feels clear and calm, Engage all your senses. What does the morning air smell like? How does the sunlight feel on your skin? The more vividly you can imagine this scene, the stronger the impression it leaves on your subconscious. Another way to amplify your intention is to connect it with gratitude. Before repeating your affirmation, take a moment to express thanks for the gift of sleep, for the opportunity to rest, heal, and recharge. Gratitude primes your mind to receive positivity, making it easier to embrace your intention with openness and trust. You might say something like, "I am grateful for this moment of stillness, and I welcome deep, restorative sleep into my life." This combination of gratitude and intention creates a powerful energetic shift, fostering a sense of abundance and possibility. It's important to note that setting an intention isn't a one-size-fits-all practice. Your intention should reflect your unique needs and desires, changing as your circumstances evolve. Some nights, you may focus on physical restoration, while others might call for emotional healing or mental clarity. Trust your intuition to guide you toward what feels most aligned with where you are right now. For those who enjoy journaling, writing down your intention can be a transformative addition to your bedtime routine. Use a notebook or journal dedicated to your sleep practice and jot down your affirmation along with any reflections or visualizations that arise. Writing not only solidifies your commitment but also provides a record of your journey, allowing you to track patterns and insights over time. If you prefer speaking your intention aloud, do so softly, letting the words resonate in your heart and mind. Either way, the act of articulating your desire amplifies its power, anchoring it in your consciousness. Setting an intention for sleep also serves as a bridge between your waking and dreaming states. In Buddhism, dreams are seen as a reflection of your inner world, an opportunity to process emotions, gain insight, and connect with deeper truths. By setting a clear intention, you invite your subconscious to explore themes of healing, creativity, and growth during your dream cycles. You might even ask for guidance or inspiration related to a challenge you're facing, trusting that your dreams will offer wisdom and clarity. Upon waking, take a few moments to recall any dreams you had, noting any symbols, feelings, or messages that stood out. Over time, you'll likely notice a rich interplay between your intentions, dreams, and waking experiences. Beyond improving sleep, setting an intention fosters a greater sense of agency and alignment in daily life. When you consistently direct your focus toward what you want, whether it's restful sleep, meaningful connections, or personal growth, you train your mind to operate from a place of positivity and possibility. This mindset reduces stress, enhances resilience, and increases your capacity to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. It's a reminder that you have the power to shape your reality, starting with the choices you make each night. To integrate this practice seamlessly into your routine, consider pairing it with other calming rituals. For example, after practicing mindful breathing or a body scan, transition into setting your intention using the relaxed state you've cultivated as a foundation. You might also incorporate essential oils, candles, or soothing music to enhance the atmosphere, creating a multi-sensory experience that signals to your brain that it's time to rest. The key is to find what feels nourishing and sustainable for you, building a bedtime ritual that supports your overall well-being. Finally, remember that setting an intention doesn't guarantee perfection. Some nights, you may fall asleep quickly and wake up refreshed, while others may feel restless or disrupted, and that's perfectly okay. Progress isn't linear, and there's no right way to practice. What matters most is showing up consistently, trusting that each small step brings you closer to greater peace and fulfillment. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts, a lighter heart, a clearer mind, and a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. How might setting an intention for restorative sleep enhance your sleep and your life? What small steps can you take tonight to begin this practice? Perhaps it's repeating a simple affirmation as you drift off, visualizing yourself waking up refreshed, or journaling your desires for the night ahead. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a calmer, more centered state of being. Chapter 10. Wake Up Mindfully. As we reach the final chapter of our journey toward better sleep and waking up refreshed, let's turn our attention to one of the most overlooked yet transformative moments of your day: how you wake up. In Buddhism, mindfulness isn't confined to meditation cushions or quiet evenings. It extends into every aspect of life, including the way you greet each new morning. Waking up mindfully sets the tone for everything that follows, influencing your mood, energy levels, and overall well-being. By bringing awareness and intention to this pivotal moment, you can transition from sleep to wakefulness with grace, clarity, and purpose. Think about it. How do you typically start your day? For many of us, mornings are a blur of alarms, rushing, and multitasking as we scramble to get out the door on time. We check our phones before even getting out of bed, bombarding ourselves with notifications, emails, and social media updates. This chaotic beginning creates a ripple effect, leaving us feeling scattered and stressed long before the day truly begins. But what if, instead of jumping straight into doing mode, you took a few moments to simply be? What if you allowed yourself to fully inhabit the present moment, acknowledging the gift of a new day with gratitude and presence? Mindful waking is about cultivating awareness from the very first moments of consciousness. It starts with your alarm clock, or lack thereof. If possible, opt for a gentle wake-up method that aligns with your natural circadian rhythm. Traditional alarms with harsh, jarring sounds can shock your system, triggering a stress response that lingers throughout the day. Instead, choose an alarm with soft, gradual tones, or invest in a sunrise simulation lamp that mimics the natural rise of the sun. These tools help ease you out of sleep without disrupting your body's delicate balance. Once you're awake, resist the urge to grab your phone or jump out of bed immediately. Instead, take a few moments to lie still, noticing the sensations in your body and the quality of your breath. How does your body feel today? Are there areas of tension or relaxation? Is your breathing slow and steady, or slightly faster due to anticipation of the day ahead? Simply observing these details helps ground you in the present moment, creating a sense of stability and calm. Next, stretch gently to awaken your muscles and release any residual stiffness from the night. Stretching doesn't have to be elaborate. Simple movements like reaching your arms overhead, rolling your shoulders, or flexing your feet can make a big difference. As you move, pay attention to how your body responds. Notice where you feel resistance or ease, warmth or coolness. This mindful stretching not only improves circulation, but also fosters a deeper connection to your physical self, reminding you to care for your body throughout the day. Breath plays a central role in mindful waking as well. Take 3 to 5 deep, intentional breaths, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling fully through your mouth. Feel your abdomen expand with each inhale and contract with each exhale. This simple act oxygenates your brain, boosts energy levels, and signals to your nervous system that it's time to transition from rest to activity. Pair your breathing with a silent affirmation such as, "I am awake and alive," or "Today's a fresh start." These words reinforce positivity and set a proactive tone for the hours ahead. Gratitude is another cornerstone of mindful waking. Before rising, take a moment to express thanks for the gift of a new day. Reflect on the simple miracle of being alive, the ability to breathe, see, hear, and experience the world around you. You might silently say, "I am grateful for this day and all its possibilities," or "Thank you for the opportunity to begin anew." Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, helping you approach challenges with resilience and joy. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, infusing your mornings and your life with a sense of wonder and appreciation. Visualization can further enhance your mindful waking routine. As you lie in bed, imagine the kind of day you'd like to create. Picture yourself moving through your tasks with ease, connecting with loved ones, and embracing opportunities for growth and learning. Visualize obstacles dissolving and solutions emerging effortlessly. This mental rehearsal primes your subconscious to support your goals, making it easier to navigate difficulties with poise and confidence. Like setting an intention for sleep, visualizing your day plants seeds of positivity that blossom over time. Another powerful aspect of mindful waking is setting an intention for the day ahead. Similar to the practice we explored in Chapter 9, this involves articulating a clear focus for how you want to show up in the world. Your intention might be as broad as, "I will approach today with kindness and patience," or as specific as, "I will prioritize my health by drinking enough water and taking breaks." Whatever you choose, frame it in positive, present tense language and repeat it silently or aloud. This act of declaration anchors your focus and reinforces your commitment to living intentionally. To deepen your practice, consider incorporating brief mindfulness exercises into your morning routine. For example, spend a minute focusing on the sensation of your feet touching the floor as you stand up. Notice the texture of the surface beneath you, the temperature, and the weight of your body. Alternatively, sip your morning beverage, whether it's tea, coffee, or water, with full attention, savoring the aroma, taste, and warmth. These small acts of presence transform ordinary moments into extraordinary ones, fostering a greater sense of connection and fulfillment. It's also helpful to reflect on the importance of consistency when it comes to mindful waking. Just as bedtime rituals prepare you for rest, morning routines lay the foundation for productivity, creativity, and emotional well-being. Over time, these practices become ingrained habits, shaping your mindset and behavior in profound ways. Even on days when you feel rushed or distracted, committing to just 1 or 2 mindful actions, like taking 3 deep breaths or expressing gratitude, can make a significant difference. Progress isn't measured by perfection, but by persistence. Beyond improving your mornings, mindful waking enhances your overall quality of life. When you begin each day with awareness and intention, you carry that energy into everything you do. You become more attuned to your needs and boundaries, more compassionate toward others, and more resilient in the face of adversity. This heightened state of presence allows you to savor life's joys, navigate its challenges, and find meaning in both the extraordinary and the mundane. For those who struggle with grogginess or low energy in the morning, mindful waking offers practical solutions. Exposure to natural light, for instance, resets your internal clock and boosts alertness. Open your curtains or step outside for a few minutes to soak in the sunlight. Hydration is equally important. Drink a glass of water upon waking to rehydrate your body after a night of fasting. Movement, whether it's yoga, a brisk walk, or dancing to your favorite song, stimulates blood flow and elevates your mood. Combine these strategies with mindfulness techniques, and you'll notice a marked improvement in your morning vitality. Finally, remember that mindful waking isn't about adding more tasks to your already busy schedule. It's about simplifying and prioritizing what truly matters. By slowing down and tuning in, you create space for clarity and joy, allowing you to approach each day with a lighter heart and a sharper mind. This shift in perspective ripples outward, influencing not only your personal well-being, but also your relationships, work, and community. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on what resonates most with you. How might practicing mindful waking enhance your mornings and your life? What small steps can you take today to begin this practice? Perhaps it's setting a gentler alarm, taking 3 deep breaths before rising, or expressing gratitude for the new day. Whatever form it takes, trust that this practice can help you cultivate a calmer, more centered state of being. With a mindful morning routine in place, you're now equipped with 10 Buddhist-inspired practices to transform your relationship with sleep and wakefulness. From cultivating gratitude and embracing impermanence to setting intentions and waking up mindfully, these tools offer a holistic approach to rest, renewal, and daily living. May they guide you toward deeper peace, greater presence, and a life filled with joy and purpose. Let's now move on to the closing of our video, where we'll reflect on the journey we've shared and look forward to possibilities ahead. And here we are, the final moments of our journey together. Over the past 2 hours, we've explored 10 Buddhist-inspired practices designed to help you sleep better, wake up refreshed, and live with greater peace and presence. From cultivating gratitude and embracing impermanence to setting intentions and waking up mindfully, each chapter has offered tools to nurture your body, calm your mind, and deepen your connection to yourself and the world around you. As we bring this video to a close, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the courage it takes to embark on a path of self-discovery and transformation. Whether you're here because you're struggling with sleep, seeking relief from stress, or simply curious about mindfulness, know that you've already taken a significant step forward by showing up today. Every small action you take, whether it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for, practicing mindful breathing, or setting an intention before bed, plants seeds of change that will grow over time. It's important to remember that these practices aren't about perfection, they're about progress. You don't need to implement all 10 tips at once or ever. Start small, experiment, find what resonates most with you, and trust that even the tiniest shifts can have a profound impact. Maybe tonight you'll try dimming the lights earlier, or spending 5 minutes focusing on your breath. Or perhaps tomorrow morning you'll pause to stretch and express gratitude before starting your day. Whatever you choose, let it come from a place of kindness and curiosity, not obligation or pressure. One of the most beautiful aspects of these teachings is their universality. Regardless of your background, beliefs, or experience level, they're accessible to everyone. They remind us that peace isn't something external, it's an inner state we can cultivate through awareness, compassion, and intention. And while life will always present challenges, these practices equip you with the tools to navigate them with greater resilience and grace. I also want to emphasize the ripple effect of your efforts. When you prioritize your well-being, whether it's through restful sleep, mindful mornings, or acts of kindness, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your energy influences your relationships, your work, and your community, creating a positive feedback loop that benefits everyone. In this way, your commitment to self-care becomes an act of service, not just to yourself, but to the world. Before we part ways, I'd like to leave you with a simple yet powerful thought. Sleep is not just a necessity, it's an opportunity. Each night offers a chance to reset, heal, and prepare for the adventures of tomorrow. By honoring your need for rest, you're affirming your worthiness of care and compassion. And when you wake up mindfully, you're choosing to greet the day with openness and possibility. Together, these practices form a cycle of renewal, a continuous flow of giving and receiving, resting and rising, being and doing. If you found value in this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who might benefit. The Mindful Zone exists to support you on your journey toward greater peace and well-being, and your engagement helps us reach more people who are searching for guidance and inspiration. Finally, as you move forward, carry these teachings with you, not as rigid rules, but as gentle reminders. Trust in your ability to adapt, grow, and thrive. Trust in the wisdom of your body and mind, and above all, trust in the power of the present moment to guide you home to yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your nights be restful, your mornings bright, and your days filled with joy and purpose. Until next time, take care and sweet dreams. Namaste.